What does wealth actually feel like? Not the cars, not the mansions, not the private jets. Forget all of that, because before you can understand what it feels like to be rich, you need to understand what it feels like to have nothing. Imagine waking up tomorrow, checking your bank account, and seeing a number that makes your stomach drop. For millions of people, this isn't imagination. It's normal life. Welcome to Part 1, Survival. Imagine waking up tomorrow with almost nothing. Not poor in the way movies portray poverty. No dramatic music. No empty streets. Just your phone vibrating beside you. You check your bank account. 8,400 naira. That is Part 1. At this level, money isn't really money. It's oxygen. Every decision has a price attached to it. Transportation, food, data, rent, electricity. One unexpected expense can destroy an entire month. You don't ask yourself, do I want this? You ask, can I afford this? And sometimes, even that question feels dangerous. You open your banking app before buying something. You calculate. You reconsider. You close the app. You tell yourself you'll get it later. At this level, a salary doesn't feel like wealth. It feels like rescue. The day money enters your account, your mood changes. For a few hours, you breathe differently. You can eat what you want. Move around without calculating every kilometer. Maybe you even buy something small you've been denying yourself. Then the bills arrive, and suddenly, you're back at zero. This is why people at this level can look irresponsible from the outside. They aren't necessarily irresponsible. They're exhausted. When you're constantly fighting today's problems, tomorrow becomes difficult to imagine. Saving 100,000 naira sounds like a great idea, until your phone breaks, your landlord calls, someone in your family needs help, or an unexpected emergency appears. Then the savings disappear, and you're back at the beginning. The hardest part isn't simply having little money, it's having no margin for error. One mistake hurts. One emergency becomes a crisis. One bad month can send you backwards for years. But eventually, something changes. You learn. You work. You build skills. You find better opportunities. You save your first meaningful amount. And for the first time, you aren't just surviving, you're breathing. But what happens when survival finally ends? That's the reality of survival. When you have nothing, money isn't about luxury, it's about breathing. It's about making it through another day. But what happens when you finally escape that cycle? When you can pay your bills, save some money, and stop living from emergency to emergency? That's when everything changes. This was Part 1. Watch out for Part 2. Stability. Because having enough to survive isn't the same as finally feeling safe.